Hello everyone and welcome to MJC School Light Talk. Today we are going to talk about Spring Cloud and the speaker today is Juliana. And as usual, you can leave your questions in the chat if you have them and we will try to answer them all. So Juliana, you can start.
Hello everyone. As Tatiana said, my name is Juliano. To be accurate, Juliano Sena da Silva Carlos. I just introduced myself right now, and after I will take you through the Spring Cloud introduction. As you can see in this slide, I'm from Brazil. I'm living in Porto. I got there in January in this year, and I'm 34 years old, married, Christian person, and the new is I'm a new father. That's my baby right here, and she has born last month. And I have also 12 years of experience in this area. I will try to explain something that Spring Cloud we implemented. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay. Spring Cloud, as you can see in this slide, provides the tools for developers to quickly build some of the common patterns in distributed systems. The most of features implemented by Spring Cloud team are configuration management, service registration and discovery, routing, load balancing, circuit breakers, and distributed tracing. Before we go through these features in the next slides, I will try to explain why they created Spring Cloud. I don't know if everyone knows about the last applications. In the past applications, we used to create some monolithic applications, and after they brought us distributed systems that can solve so many problems in this area, like making independent some parts of our systems, like when we create a marketplace, we don't have to create just one application for the entire system. In distributed system, we can create so many applications, and we can create a deploy independently. We can distribute the responsibility of this part of our application for so many teams, and we can also distribute this responsibility around the world with so many teams around the world. And it's really awesome, and we can even scale one microservice that's a critical part of our system, like the payment when we build a marketplace, and so on. Okay, after that, we solve so many problems of this kind of monolithic system, but we should try to solve a new one problem, like configuration. How can we manage the communication between the microservices? If the marketplace is like Amazon's selling iPhones or something, we have so many, maybe 100 or 200 modules on the system. How we can manage, how we can make a routing, a load balancing to distribute the requests, and how we can see the requests going through all of these modules, and how we can make this happen and in a healthy way. And that's why they created a Spring Cloud, and they created these features. I'm gonna take you through right now, guys, and try to present something, try to show something. Like the first one is configuration management. this configuration management provides a server client-side support for managing application configuration across multiple environments. When we just try to present what I'm going to show you guys. This is my system to present to you today. Let me go to the full screen if you are able to see. Okay, the first feature I'm gonna try to show you is configuration management, and Spring Cloud has a config server. We call this because it's a module, and you can centralize your configuration of your modules, like these ones, 1, 2, and 3, microservices here, and Eureka and gateway. We can store the configuration like feature flags, database connection, URL, and other properties that we use in our applications. And why did they created this config server? Because they faced one problem when we create an application, and we just need to change some properties in our application, like one feature flag or database connection or any other message that we can store in our configuration. With config server, we don't need to redeploy this application again if we need to change some properties here. I will show to you in the end of this presentation. In the end, I'm sorry, not in the end, but and then after this explanation, okay? And okay, and as I said before, we have all of configuration for all of these systems, all of these microservices inside this config server, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys where we store these configurations. Just one second. The config server has an integration with GitHub, and we can store all of properties of all of microservices here. Like for service 1, I'm not sure if you are able to see, but I'm trying to right now. You can see it right now. Okay, as you can see, as you saw in the last browser, in the last window, we have Eureka, Gateway, Service 1, Service 3, and Service 2. And we can store the properties here, and we can change these properties here, and we can get these new values that we change in runtime without any deploy. I will show it to you right now. This is one feature that I created. It's just a flag features, and this flag just say we should show the sensible data or not. And as you can see, this is development range, and I'm gonna show you right now where is it. Just one second. Right here, we have a config server. This is a config server. We just need this configuration server. I started this application on port 8888, And in Spring Cloud properties, we can insert our repository here, and I just keep the SSL validation because it's just a presentation. We are not on production. And what I just flag here true when we raise this application and start this application, this application will clone all of properties in the Git and put it on memory. Okay. And after that, I will show to you this application, and the first service is called one. Just 1 second. This one. This is the one application. We have it was built using a Maven, and just 1 second. Let me see where's the control. Just 1 second. I'm new doing this, guys. Here we have a controller with the value features just to show or not some sensible data like an ID of mine. And as you saw, it's enable, and when we call this controller, it will show my ID on the terminal. I'm gonna show you. Right here, it's I will call the service one. The service one were started in the port 8081, and I'm not sure if you were able to see, but I can't make a zoom on terminal right now, but I will try. I will call the service one right now, and it's going to show my ID. How can I make this bigger? Let me see. Oh my God. Zoom. I'm not able to make this bigger. But I called the service one, and the service one showed me this with a sensible data. And I will change this on Git to false, commit this. I have to call just one endpoint. It's called refresh. Just to the model, just to say to the model, refresh your data on memory. Just 1 second. Okay. The response here show me that the features dot show property was changed, and if I call again the endpoint that I showed to you, the data is hidden, and this is one feature configuration management from Spring Cloud perspective. Spring Cloud is one of the implementation to implement this feature on when we are working with distributed system. And we have also in the market so many other implementation, but Spring Cloud provides it to us if you want to use it. The next feature is service registration and discovery. With Spring Cloud Service Discover feature, it's easy for applications to find and communicate with each other without hard coding, host, and port. Includes integration with Netflix, Eureka, Console, Zookeeper for service registration and discovery. Just to explain to you guys, I'm gonna show how it works. This is our application. What I did before is just when I raise this application one here, they retrieve the properties from config server and store on the memory. And as I said before, one of the problems that we are facing right now in distributed system is just how can we manage all of modules that we have in our application. Imagine scaling these 3 microservices to 100 or 200. How can we manage it? How we can store all of IPs of all of other microservices in the system to make one communicate with 3 or 2. And that's why they created a service discovery pattern. And one of the implementation of Spring Cloud is called Eureka. When we start all of application in our context, in our system, all of applications make a registration on Eureka. And when we start 1, 3, or 2 and gateway, they register itself in this Eureka service, and Eureka service manage the address, the load balance, and when the microservice 1 try to communicate with 2, they ask Eureka to communicate with 2. Ask what? Ask the address, ask the port, ask the address in the network. I'm gonna show you the Eureka, just so you guys see. Just one second. Eureka has an UI, and as you can see, that are all of our modules are registered here, and Eureka knows the address of all of modules. The service 1 has 2 instances here. Service 3 has 2 instances as well, and service 2 just has one instance here. And this is the service discovery. I'm gonna show you how can we communicate with each other. I will try to show you guys right now service 2 that we have a Fang client. Just one second. In the presentation mode here. This is service 2, and I'm gonna call the service 3. I'm gonna call the service 3 through the Fang client. And what I have to do is just to write and just to say to Fang, oh, I want to call service 3. I don't need to put here the URL, the port, any properties of service 3, just the name of our service on Eureka. Okay, and that's it. And when I call service 2, when I call service 2 right now, I'm gonna call the controller with resource balance. I'm gonna put just one second. I'm gonna put the breakpoint here just to you guys see. Yeah, as you can see, there's one breakpoint in the service 2, and the service 3 here. I'm gonna put another breakpoint here just to show you they are communication with each other. I'm gonna leave this breakpoint right now. And it called the instance 1. I just put the breakpoint on an instance 2. But I will try to put here just to show you guys breakpoint in service 2. Let me just try to open more it. And the service 3 received the call here, and as you can see, they are communicating each other without any address, without anything in our property, just using the service discover feature provided by Spring Cloud. And just 1 second. I'm gonna release this breakpoint. Okay. And this is called service discover and service registration. One of those features I just try to explain to you. And the next one is routing. As you can see right here, I have 2 instances of service 3, 1 and 2. And as you can see in Eureka as well, just 1 second. Service 3, 2 instances here. Let me try to 2 instances here. How Eureka know what instance I'm calling? And this is called load balancer and routing. But the first thing I'm gonna show you is routing, as you can see in this presentation. Just 1 second. Minimize this right here. Here, routing is provided by gateway. When we are working in our system and one partner wants to consume our application, wants to consume our APIs, we should create a gateway. It's like a gate that we can insert some of security layers to make sure if our partner is the right partner and we're expecting to call our APIs. And this gateway is one of the features that Spring Cloud provides to implement. And in this application, we can create some rules to manage the requests, the coming requests. And I've created for one rule for service 1, service 2, and service 3. When our partner call the gateway with the address I'm gonna show you. The address of our gateway is, let me, and I can write. Just 1 second. the address of our gateway is localhost with port 9000, and the rule that I described here on GitHub. If I call the gateway localhost and slash service1 and anything after, the gateway will get the service1 on Eureka, and get the address of service1 and redirect the request to service1. And we can create also, we can add here, it's just a simple example, but we can add here some of filters, some of other rules, predicates that make add some headers in our request, add some security filters, but it's just a presentation. It's a simple one example. And I'm gonna show you when I call service1 through the gateway. With the same endpoint that I called after, I will receive the same answer, but our partner is consuming this API. Our partner is consuming our systems outside of our network, outside of our infrastructure. Okay, this is called routing. And I'm gonna show you calling service2 as well. And service2 call the service3, and we have the same answer here. Tatiana?
Yeah, I have one maybe question from my side. Can you please open this URL that you may get endpoint in your browser? Maybe that will help to see what you have
Okay.
better.
Okay,
Yeah,
this,
I think
yeah.
you can zoom.
Yeah, this is better. Thank you, Tatiana. This is, here I call service2, and I got the same answer if I call service2 directly. The same answer. But this one is our partner calling us, okay? This is called routing. We can create some rules to route the requests coming to our system, to our network. The next slide is, I was trying to say to you guys, as you can see, in Eureka, we have two instances. We have two instances of service3 here, and I'm gonna show you the load balance, how the Eureka knows what model should I call. The load balance is responsible to do this balance of requesting. If this model is receiving so many requestings, the load balance is responsible to deliver another part of requests coming to the next model. I'm going to show you service3 here. Just 1 second. And the service3, just 1 second. In the service3, we have two instances, development instance 1, development instance 2. And we have also a property that identify this instance here. And I'm gonna call the service2 to call service3. And we are going to see on the console which instance Eureka is calling. Just 1 second. Eureka called instance 2. Let me see if I can do this better, because I have a command that will try to call so many times. Just we are able to see calling both of the modules. Just 1 second. Please bear with me, guys. Right here, just Eureka is calling instance 2, instance 2, instance 2. Let me see if they are calling instance 1, instance 2, instance 2 yet. I'm just waiting for instance 1, instance 2, instance 2. Let's see. Yeah. Just instance 2. Come on. Instance 2. Yeah, it's not 50-50. They decide to call, but just to show you guys, I'm gonna terminate the instance 2, and automatically they will try to call instance 1. Just 1 second. Where is instance 1? Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now, but it should try to, it's running. It should try to call instance 1 and service 3. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Just reboot my service again. Just 1 second. Starting service 1, instance 1. I'm gonna call the service 2 to call service 3 again. Let's see if it's going to call service 1, service 3 in instance 1. It's registering in Eureka. Just 1 second, because service 2 has a circuit breaker. Yeah, it's receiving the requests now. Okay. Let's raise the second instance. And we have it might take maybe 10 or 20 seconds to be registered on Eureka and be able to receive requests. It's calling service 1 yet. It's instance 1. Instance 1. Instance 1. Instance 2. Eureka is calling the both of them, 1 and 2. Thank God it's working. Okay, I try to show you guys the load balance. It's the criteria in the background. I'm not sure the algorithm, but the load balance try to analyze the consuming of memory if so many requests are going to instance 1 and they redirected the request to instance 2, but it's working as you were able to see. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Circuit breaker, it's another feature implemented by Spring Cloud. It's very useful when we are working with distributed system. I'm going to try to explain right now. On our draw here, right here, as you saw before, I was calling service 2 to call service 3. When I shut down all of instance here, and I'm not sure if you guys were able to see, but the requests were responding 200. It's success in HTTP method. How? Because service 3 was not working. How we manage this? Imagine one situation when we just to predict the price of the delivery one product. We are just buying something on the internet and we have to insert our postcode just to predict the price of the delivery of our product. But imagine service 3 is the responsible to predict to say the price of this delivery, but service 3 is down. How we can respond to our client the default price of the delivery? Circuit break came to resolve this problem. We can enhance the customer experience without avoiding to show the error in our system on the UI to our customer, and we can respond with circuit breaker. I'm going to show you right now. Just 1 second. Bear with me. Oh, wrong code. Just 1 second. This one. Here we have a thin client. We just wrote down the service tree just to call the service tree, but we have another configuration here telling the thin client we have a fallback response here. When the service tree try to reach the service tree and the response in the first time is 500, it's not the service tree is down. We have a fallback to say to service 2 we have the full response to that request, and in my use case it's a default price for delivering some product in our system. And I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna shut down the service tree. Where is service tree? Service tree right here. I'm gonna shut down all of instance. As you can see here, the price of the delivery is 101,000, but the default response for service 2 is 10 euros. Okay, and in the browser, just you guys able to see, I'm gonna call service 2 to get this price. Balance. As you can see, we have a response as a fallback, and the secret breaker is not the only thing that secret breaker do, but secret break make sure when the service tree is able to receive the request again, secret break check if the service tree in the background, check the service tree is able to receive the request again, and secret break makes it happen and make service tree call service 2 call service tree again. Just to show you, I'm gonna raise service tree again. It might take maybe 10 seconds and 20 seconds to be able to see this response on browser. I guess I laughed, sorry.
Yeah. Could you please reshare your presentation once again?
Okay.
Sorry, guys, for technical issues.
Can you see, guys?
Yeah, we can see now.
Okay. As I said before, and I started service tree, and we are calling service tree right now. I'm gonna put this breakpoint just to you guys make sure service 2 is calling service 3 right now. If I shut down service 3, the response is the default again. Okay, going back to our presentation, it's called secret break, guys. And in the last, I guess the last one is distributed tracing. Imagine in our application, in our distributed system, just 1 second, where is Excalibur? Oh, here. Imagine our distributed system to imagine 100 modules calling each other, and we are a developer and team, and we have to fix one bug, but the process is just to buy something. And how we can track the request of one specific customer in one specific time and just to see where is the problem with our with the customer request. And we are not able to do this if we are not have if we don't have this kind of feature, distributed tracing. Distributed tracing is one of the implementations of Spring Cloud that identify the specific request for a specific customer since the beginning. If we call the service one here and the service one called service 2 and 3, we can see on the system I'm going to show you called Zipkin, the entire request through those models. I'm going to show you the Zipkin here. It's one service. I raised this application using Docker Compose. It doesn't belong to Spring Cloud, but it's one tool just to track the requests. And as you can see, there are a lot of requests here that we made in the past. I just call service 2 here, call service 3. But if I call gateway, I'm going to show you right now. If I call gateway, I'm going to put this in on browser. Just I'm going to raise service 3 again, just to show you it's tracking yet, because it's in non-fallback. It's with circuit breaker. And I'm calling the gateway through the service 2, and service 2 is calling service 3. Just 1 second. Okay. And as you can see here, a few seconds ago, gateway called service 2. Gateway called service 2 and balance, the endpoint balance, and the request went through circuit breaker, and going back here, the last request was to service 3. And if I was a developer on team, I would be able to show the entire request with some identification here, ID, and able to solve some problems that happen with my customers and give them the accurate response. Yeah, guys, this is all I have to show you, and I'm here just to answer some questions if you guys have.
Yeah, we have some comments. Maybe they're not questions, but if you have some questions, you have some time to post your question in the chat. Yeah, the first comment was about, can you please share the repo? Yeah, we will share the repo. I think we can leave the link to the repo somewhere in our description, or maybe somewhere in comment.
Yeah, I can share the repo after. No problem.
Great. Yeah, and the second was let me show it here. Geometry may load endpoints better to get a load balancer trigger service 1. I think it's about what you have the issue that you have while showing the load balancer, how it works.
Yeah, okay. Did I answer?
You can just comment about did you try Gmeter or like
JMeter.
yeah.
JMeter I never tried. I try with load balance or tracing ID, just distributed tracing.
Yeah, I assume, yeah, we can try to use Gmeter to for like load testing to
Calling.
yeah
Okay, okay.
to
Yeah,
call
I
in
got your point.
our endpoint like a lot of times and
Yeah, yeah, okay,
to
okay.
load our service.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, we got one more question. Let me post it here. Um, is it maybe better to use a dedicated load balancer from AWS, for instance?
It depends on your depends on the problem you are trying to solve. I guess it's better if you use the AWS load balance because it's for huge applications. But if you are dealing with some applications with some models, you can try this implementation from Spring Cloud. Depends on your problem, to be honest, and the support. You can analyze the support of a Spring Cloud load balancer and AWS load balance, and you can choose. Depends on your problem you're trying to solve.
Yeah, nothing to add from my side. Just yeah, really depends on your need and your application.
Yes.
As far as I understand, we don't have any questions, any more questions in the chat, so we can end our talk. Yeah, thank you everyone who participated and who asked us question, and thank you, Juliana, for your presentation.
Thank you guys. It was my first presentation speaking in English. Sorry for the mistakes, and I hope you enjoy my content. And that's it. Thank you for all.
Thank you, and see you next week. Bye.